Hey everybody, I'm Grandmaster Ben Finegold. This is 5 Minutes with Ben, and I'm Ben. So we're going to go back to 1990. This was played in the Bundesliga, and it's pretty rare that I show games I played in the Bundesliga, this game was played 35 years ago. This game was played in the 89-90 season. My opponent played for Delmenhorst, and I played for Dortmund. And this was round 6 of the season. So we got to this ending, which the engine says is equal, but there's different kinds of equal. This kind of equal, if both sides play perfectly, it's a draw, but black is the one pressing for a win. Black's king is on the 4th rank, white's king is on the 3rd rank. So what black's king is better, and black has an extra pawn. So black's the one playing for a win. And in this position, my opponent has to do nothing, like bishop d6, just make a waiting move, and the engine says that white shouldn't lose. Black can't really break through. But here my opponent made the losing move. It looks very reasonable and respectable, but those knights are tricky. Even in 1990, the knights were tricky. Okay, so my opponent played king d3, which is actually a losing blunder, because now black gets to play one of his only breakthroughs, e5. And the idea is, in this position, for example, if he made a waiting move and I played e5 and took with the knight, he just plays king d4. And I guess white's better now. I don't know what the engine would say. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if white was winning, because my 2 pawns are attacked, and then, this pawn's weak, so forth. This king is more active than mine now. Anyway, the point is, in the game, when I played the move e5, I wasn't going to play knight takes e5 check. So I'm pretty impressed with myself from 35 years ago, although I was higher rated and better 35 years ago, just didn't have the GM title. Okay, so he took the pawn, and now can you figure out what move I'm going to play that's not knight takes e5 check? Because after knight takes e5 check, king d4, white has nothing to fear. I think black has something to fear. Although I was in Germany, so I guess I did have something to fear. Okay, but anyway, so hopefully you figured it out. Black played, which was me, knight c5 check. And the idea is, if he plays king d4, knight e6 check wins his bishop, which of course, even if this happened with his bishop on d6, he'd still be doing well, but I can't even do this with his bishop on d6. So king d3 was quite a poor move. In fact, in this position, the engine doesn't take the pawn and lets me play e4 check and says black is winning, but that's white's best defense. Okay, now it says black is really winning. And after king c3, I played d4 check. Once again, if he takes my pawn, I have knight e6 check, winning his bishop. So he has to retreat his king. Now I just move my king up, because you should move your king up in the endgame, king e4, and you can see the difference between the 2 kings. Mine's on the 5th rank, his is on the 2nd rank, and his passed pawn is blockaded. My passed pawn is not. My passed pawn might promote soon. He played king d1. The engine says it doesn't matter what he plays, that I'm +7. I played knight e6, which I would play against almost any move. Bishop d6, saving his bishop. King e3, maybe I'll play king f2 and take the pawn on g2. I have 2 passed pawns. He said no, played king e1. I played knight f4, and it makes sense to play g3, but he didn't do that. I'm not sure why exactly, but the engine still says I'm +7. I guess after g3, I could just go back to e6, and then I can round up his g3 pawn, and I have 2 passed pawns, and my knight's a perfect blockader, and my knight defends my d pawn. So I can concentrate on promoting this pawn. Bishop's just a spectator. So instead, he played the very unusual bishop b4, letting me take this pawn with check, which I didn't do because I played knight d3 check, winning his bishop. Those knights are tricky. So when the position started in this 5 minutes with Ben, the engine said it was a draw, and one move later I was winning, and a few moves later I won a piece, and my king's on the 6th rank, and I'm queening my d-pawn, and talking trash, stacking paper to the ceiling, riding on 24-inch chrome, which was the style at the time. I'm Grandmaster Ben Finegold. Thanks for watching 5 Minutes with Ben. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. It helps out the channel tremendously. And I'll see you guys next time with more 5 Minutes with Ben. Bye.